Emmy was started by Calvin T. Mann, laying t-shirts where children were killed in Detroit. Since 2007, Emmy has inspired thousands. And here is the Run's House story, one of many in 15 years, by Calvin T. Mann.
Hi. One of the many stories on this journey is the Ron House story. The Ron's House story, I'm often telling the mentees that sometime you get an opportunity and it's just not that opportunity for you. You mean, like, we put together this whole package and decided that what we was gonna do, that's my Uncle Don and I, we put together a 6-pack because I was literally going to, let me really share the story. So my brother and I and a few other people, we had put together a soundtrack called the Brewster Projects, and I was taking a chance and walked up on, I literally was on my way to work when I got a call. He was at the Athenaeum in Detroit, so I pulled up on Russell Simmons, I had braids in my hair and took the braids out. And it was a moment like never. Russell Simmons come down to work out, and I walked up on him with the soundtrack. And in this soundtrack was, a number of artists from Detroit. Snoop had a girls group that was trying. There's song Trick Trick, Cheeks, Mr. Cheeks, Mike Shorey, Regina Bell, all on this soundtrack that we put out, and I had like 3-4 hooks on this soundtrack. But at the same time, it was Russell Simmons, so he messes with apparel, so I really took the time to approach him on the soundtrack in hopes that later on, so later on that day, I went and cut all my hair off, got real crispy and nice. The Nation of Islam Security, they were doing the hip hop summit, and I walked up on Russell Simmons with an Emmy. Encourage Me I'm Young t-shirt, right? And I'm thinking, hey, I have no idea, right? Didn't know about business. And, I approach him, give him the shirt. And it was amazing. It was an exchange because I was right by the limit. So when he come out of the actual hip hop summit, here I am, the same guy that met him earlier in that day. I had cut my hair off, came back. I was right by his door because my man worked for the Nation of Islam, plugged me. So when he come out, excuse me, the sinuses, when he comes out, I'm right by the door. So when the door opened, he looked, take a double take, and I tell Russell Simmons then, don't forget my face. And I'm coming. So me and my Uncle Don, we get together, and Uncle Don at the time was helping, and we put together 6-pack t-shirts. I actually called into Russell's office, and I got the address, and so we just sent a 6-pack of Emmy t-shirts with 6 different quotes, the whole 9. Summer goes by, and I'm literally pulling up on barbershops. A lot of people say, you got to do the footwork, Cal, So I'm literally pulling up on barbershops, beauty shops, selling out the trunk of the car. Had no idea, again, what I was doing. It was just, God had moved on me with encourage me. I'm young, so it was just that simple. Let me go sell these t-shirts, right? Because I had already started laying shirts where kids were getting killed in the city, offering a hope to families. So as time would go on, one day I walk into this barbershop. I think at this time Rob Parker, the writer, was owning this barbershop. There was a number of guys in there off of 7 Mile, right by Auto Drive. And I pull in, park, I get out the car with the shirts. One of the shirts is, this quote is very powerful. Sometimes the things we see defines our decision making. Encourage me, I'm young. So I go into the barbershop, and as I'm walking through, I'm offering the guys, would you like to support, purchase an Encourage Me, I'm Young shirt. We need to put more positivity in the area. Go through the whole spiel. Hi, I'm Calvin Mann. I'm the owner of Ima, and we're selling these t-shirts to put more positivity and offer hope to families. And in the back of the shop is a friend of mine, and she says, "Hey, Cal." Right? I say, "What's up?" So we go back there, shake hands, talk. She said, "I'm gonna support you," because her son and my daughter was in school together. So I'm gonna support you, Cal. Don't pay them no attention. I was like, hey, they said no, they got a right, They just said no, they didn't know. They didn't know me from a can of paint. It wasn't no violence on it. It wasn't nothing, right? It was it was the words. And she said, don't worry about it, Cal. You're gonna be all right. Just keep going. And I share this story because God always puts someone in your life that will be there to help you keep going. That's how you know God is involved. So I walk out, I leave. And I go about my business, I'm selling. Next morning I come downstairs, normal ritual, check my email, and I get this message. And it says, "Cal, you gotta keep going. I just saw your t-shirts on Ron's house." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, wow. So I hit the TV. I'm in the basement. I hit the TV. And as I hit the TV, I go to doing research. And lo and behold, Encourage Me, I'm Young is literally in their trailer. And it was on the first episode of the show. So I called her on the phone. She tells me, she laughed at them. Y'all laughed, didn't buy my man stuff, but here he is on Ron's house. So naive to the game, not knowing anything, don't have any mentors. I'm excited. My kids, they come downstairs yelling, jumping, all dead, with the perspective like we made it, like we gon', and that wasn't the case. And the process was the message got out. You see, the message got out. To me, that was everything. The message got out. And I was like, wow, I was blown away. So I'm calling my friends, my boy B.A., I'm hitting them up like, B, right? Like, Corey, like, dog, man, look, And so I reached out to Russell, and he was like, send a proposal. I knew nothing at the time what that meant, because I had a laborer's mentality. I worked at Northwest Airlines. I'm just a dad who just got out of coaching and seeing about my kids. And the Lord put me in this purpose space, but I don't know what to do. So I reached out to Russell, the whole night, and watched the show a couple times. And that's when I discovered that Rev Ron was going to come to Detroit with Kid Rock. So Russell go down there. So again, I go down and take the patches. Right? This right here is what I mean about that little part I tell you, how God protects you, even in failure. So the first night I go down, and down there, standing around, I see different people coming in. They talking about Russell. And I'm like, man, I done read Russell Simmons' book, activated some of the principles, make sure, that you always be active, do some things for free, right? Not everything, right? Show your work ethic, all of that. And the first night I get down there, I'm doing my thing. They come, they get on the bus, completely ignore me. I wait. The kids are on the bus, and I stand outside the bus and I show the ME t-shirt. And they start pulling the curtains on the bus the whole night. And I was like, wow. I was blown away. Like, you pulling the curtains, because the kids, Little Diggy and all of them, they pointing out, they go to shirt. The Encourage Me I'm Young shirt. They pointing out through the bus. And they pulling the curtains. Like, okay. So what I do? I go back down the next day. Now this time I go back down. When I get down there, it's just about over. The bus driver comes out and he said, hey man, I love what you're doing. I love that brand, right? Rev Ron coming out in a minute. Maybe you can, you got a chance. So the dude, Rashad, who was working for him at the time, they come out, see me standing out there. He go get security. And I'm like, security come out. He said, man, you can't be around here, such and such and such. I said, hold on, man, hold on. They wearing my shirt. The shirt they rocking on their show. Do you see this? Do it look like I'm down here with any weapons, like I'm robbing them up? He's like, they don't want you around. I was like, wow, for real. So the bus pulls out, right? So I'm walking alongside of the bus and it paused. And the Rashad dude is in the doorway of the bus, and I knock on the door and he turned his back on me. And I say, brother, what did I do? And he just stood with his back turned to me, completely ignored me, like I had violated some type of principle or something. And it started snoring real heavy. So it's snoring. The snow is coming down heavy. I'm still standing out there. So I knock again, right? And he just turned around like he grinned me. I'm like, brother, what is up? I'm just trying to connect. Y'all got my shit on your show. And then he walk up the bus, they pull off. So I'm standing out there, can't understand what happened. Didn't know nothing about business. Just excited about an opportunity, to bring hope to this world, to offer a certain amount of hope. Right? When encouragement, I'm young, that's what I was doing. I was bringing hope because all these kids were dying in despair. I didn't realize that there was a lot more work to be done. And we are very proud of that. But the process was, that was bad treatment. You mistreated me and I didn't know why. My intent was never to cause harm. It never have been. So the bus pulled off. I'm standing there in the snow. I got tears in my eyes. I can't understand what's going on. I'm angry. I'm fighting off the old me. My mind, in the back of my mind, I want to bust a window, throw a rock. All of that was happening as they pulled off. And like clockwork, God sent an angel. Because while I was standing there, I was getting ready once again to give up, to let it go. Not realizing that it was bigger than the t-shirt. The t-shirt was just the catalyst, the beginning. So she walks by and she sees me standing there. I'm like snow piling up on me. I could care less. I got the shirt in my hand. I don't know nothing. And she says, "Excuse me, what's wrong?" And I tell her the story. I say, "My shirt's on Ron's house, all on MTV, right? They using my shirts or nothing, and they just treated me like I was an animal, like I was a criminal, like I was about to shoot up the bus. Right there, security, the whole night, 2 days in a row." And she said, "Don't worry about it. You're gonna be all right." And I stood there. And she said, "Don't give up." She said, "Let me see the shirt." And she read the shirt. And she left. She said, "That's beautiful. Everybody should have one of those." And she left. And I didn't move. I just stayed there. About 15 minutes later, she pulls back up on me. She gets out the car. And she says, "Here, take this." And she takes the shirt. "My son needs this shirt." She's like, "I need you to take this and give me the shirt. My son needs that shirt." And I was like, okay. When I open my hand, it's a $100 bill. And she drove off. And I was like, wow. That exchange helped me get to where we are today. Helped me get to where we are today. The treatment wasn't necessarily a flaw. I even blogged about it on a To Be Unique blog that's still on the internet about the treatment, and I left it there. I never did another blog on that blog. I remember getting the opportunity to send the proposal, and I called my man, he came through. And the proposal that was sent, it wasn't even a proposal. In fact, the paper, the person that made this proposal, the paper and the ink, it all was a joke. They just took the last $200 that I had. But now, it's a different ball game. We got the information. And we got the success. more is coming. We're going to do more for boys going forward. Why? We're going to do more for youth going forward. Why? We didn't go through all of that to get here 15 years of mentoring, selling t-shirts in over 7-8 countries. In the worst climate in America, we work in the poorest city in America and have the success amongst what is probably one of the most racially divided states in America. You should see the division, the people that, yeah, I help but don't help. And you should see this. It's just an amazing experience to be while everyone is championing and yelling about a murderous area that's taking lives daily. And yet somehow we celebrate. Somehow we think that this is beautiful, and we fight for a reputation, yet the reputation of murder precedes us. And so we got a lot of work to do, and that's what we are going to continue to do. We got a nice little plan for 10 other cities, and that's just one of the amazing stories on this journey. My name is Calvin Mann. God bless you and encourage me. I'm young.